Hey, welcome to Lazy Gamers. Play Divinity Original Sin 2. Steam sale happened, and keep hearing a lot of really good things about this game, so we decided to pick it up and play this alongside Divinity 1.
Yep.
Went ahead and did most of the character creation off camera. We're each playing one of the origins for extra story and whatnot. I am playing Sybil, who used to be a slave, broke free of the spell, and now she's on a quest to murder the person who, murder the person who enslaved her.
And I will be playing Los, who is an entertainer that is basically crazy because she hears voices inside her head. I'll be playing her under a wizard preset, and I'll be starting out with Aerothurge and summoning. And I believe I also changed out some presets, so she'll have intelligence and memory starting off as well. The game really likes, at least for the wizards, to give them constitution and intelligence, but I think having more skill slots might be better.
Yeah, I did about the same, only I went Hydrosophist and Necromancer. As far as I can tell, the presets only, for the most part, just function for what your starting equipment is.
Yep, pretty much.
Also, I just want to point out how ridiculous some of the headgears are. At least on the elves. This headgear is like taller than my torso. And elves in this game are some really freaky looking things. They look normal from the neck up, but like below the neck, it's kind of hard to tell if they're malnourished or if they're like part tree.
Yeah, I think it's pretty cool though, because like in a lot of fantasy settings, they don't tend to make the elves that much different from like other humanoid creatures. So the fact that at least in Divinity Original Sin, that they decided, hey, we'll make the actual races, at least elves, be different from just a regular human.
Yeah. All right, you ready to get this show on the road?
Yep.
All right, start game.
Start game.
Don't character creation.
Yuppers.
Yes. From what I understand, this takes place a couple hundred years after the first game. Now, this doesn't mean we're going to stop playing Divinity 1. Just been really anxious to play this game.
A single drop of source magic.
What the fuck?
And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began.
I really like the art style that they do in these cinematics.
Just as I'd planned.
A stereotypical old evil witch.
I was shackled and collared.
As planned?
And sent to Fort Joy.
Imprisoned as planned? Is that really the plan here?
I mean, she seemed like she had a plan, but...
I'd come here to kill Godwoken.
Okay, she'd come here to kill someone.
But instead, I became part of their story.
The only way I can see us not continuing Divinity 1, honestly, is if the combat system in this is just so much better it's hard to readjust. But I really want to finish Divinity 1 at this point. We've invested too much time in thievery in that game.
Yeah.
Wonder if we'll be able to partake in the thievery in this one. I didn't see skills for pickpocketing or anything.
There's one for thievery, I think. It's different from, it's separate from, what do we call it?
Why am I having Baldur's Gate flashbacks?
Yeah, I'm having this, I was just thinking the exact same freaking thing.
What did they do to me?
Game save.
Let's get our bearings.
New information was added to your journal. Okay, don't care. Okay, I need to get rid of these tutorials already. It was telling me how to move.
I went and changed. There's an option to basically set it so that it only tells you about new features. So that's exactly what I did.
You know what? I should probably do that too. Where was that under gameplay?
Yeah, it's under gameplay.
Let's see. Show tutorial boxes, new features only. Okay. Apply, accept. Hey, grinning skull.
My, this smelling sort of
Wow,
strong stuff.
my
Bones are so boring. Without flesh,
my
no
hotkey
memories
bars,
to be had.
humongous.
Oh my god, it's so nice, isn't it?
Yes.
What does this small tune do? Read. Okay. Should I steal this ancient book?
There's a person sitting there watching us, so we probably.
What is this? What is this red?
Surf it? What?
It didn't pop up a tutorial for me. Oh, the ancient book's up here. Okay. I don't know what that is. That's weird.
Oh.
Quit sneaking about, Will.
You're up. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough.
Okay, I need to
Nice bit
turn
of
up
work,
the audio.
if I do say so myself.
Oops. Music down.
Did the murderer take him into this room? Or was he already here?
Okay. I wonder. But go for it. Yep, I did.
No known associates.
Some crimes like murdering or stealing leave a crime scene. Even if nobody saw you commit the crime, they might become suspicious and start investigating.
Holy cow!
What?
That, and also the fact that the tags that we selected, which I'll point out now that I didn't change the tags on Lowe's.
Jester and Mystic.
She's still Jester and Mystic, but you actually they affect the.
Don't you dare. If you violate the virtue of my carpet, I'll do a good thing worse than put a collar around your neck.
Index fingers pressed to her lips. She pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing
I'm listening
gander.
now.
We got a narrator too. Holy cow!
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually.
Oh, due to recent thefts, I
In the
must
meantime, all you need
search
to
all of your
know is that
belongings
we're
for
en
stolen
route to
goods.
Fort Joy.
Try to talk my way out of the situation. Sometimes persuasion. Sometimes you'll be able to persuade the person you are talking to. Your answer, your stats, and your persuasion ability will decide how successful you'll be. Good thing I took a point in persuasion. Let's see. Let's see. Wits. Protest the invasion of privacy, saying you don't show strangers your belongings. Finesse. Insist that you are guilty of nothing more than appreciating the beauty standing in front of you. Memory. Elf. Shake your head. Would this be happening if you weren't an elf? You know what? I'm going to play the race card. Persuasion fail. Your persuasion 1. Needed 3. Uh-oh. So you're a thief and a liar. You're truly the worst of the worst. Hilarious story. You'll be laughing all the way to your grave. Well, we might be getting a game over.
F5.
If I save now, I can't get out of it anyways.
Oh well. Oh my gosh! We have to fight the Magister as well.
Should we just go ahead and
We are
reload the
so
start?
screwed. We are so screwed because she one of the things that she just demonstrated to me was that we can't use any of our source magic.
Should I just go ahead and reload the autosave? Or do you want to fight this out? What do you think?
Let's see how badly this goes.
Okay. You haven't even broken her physical armor yet. They all have physical and magic armor. Oh god. Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, they don't hit that hard. Wait. Why am I still able to... Let's see. I can still cast my spells.
Give it a shot. Because, I mean, she said that you couldn't use magic, so maybe that's not the case. Oh my god, we got a guy beyond the door as well. We got two... Oh my gosh. We have two guys beyond the door.
I'll yield to none.
Alright. Well, we're both stunned.
Shock blocked by magic armor.
This is electrified water.
Yeah.
And they
Did you
really
even-
don't like you.
Fading.
How many turns are they going to get before us?
Healing.
Did you even read the book?
No, I didn't get a chance to. I was listening to your conversation. Alright, load. Okay, so thievery is not going to be as easy for us this time around.
Well,
Let's get our
I
bearings.
guess what I would say is, if you're gonna thieve something, get the hell out of Dodge as soon as you do it.
Yeah. F5. Alright, so... I guess, should I talk to the person this
Yeah,
time?
you give it a shot this
you're up.
time.
Alright.
Yes. There. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash. In the meantime,
Wow,
your
I-
next
like,
stop will be
even if I
Magister
listen,
William.
it doesn't,
All
like,
passengers have to be
immediately
registered in the ship's manifest. And
conversation.
he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
I think I'll go the scholar route. Muse that by the room shape you can tell you're on a Lucian-class frigate, but why?
Why? Because we're
Wow.
at sea, of
I
course.
could actually
and have
see
been
you
for several
highlight the
days.
different choices.
I'll need to write to headquarters. right
Index
Interesting.
fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative. Oh well, I'm sure you'll soon gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits. And if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. And why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those source spells of yours? See what happens.
Should I go for it?
I did it. Yeah, you do it.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the
Clearly not
concentration
the
on your
truth,
face.
as we just
I think
discovered.
that,
in-
well,
no
magic's
result.
different than source, remember? On the first one. Source magic's completely different than, like, the stuff that the source arms
Oh
use.
yeah.
There you have it.
I guess
See?
in the D&D
collar's
sense, it
function.
might be like
It
similar to like
neuters you, of sorts.
like
Makes you unable to
warlocks
cast
almost.
source.
But there's a really good parallel because magic in at least in like
For your own peace of mind,
like-
of course.
Faerun and one of the backgrounds, it's just kind of weird sometimes.
Good gods! There's been a murder
A
here.
young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass.
So, I guess we're kind of playing bad people?
Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. The sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does.
My special response for this.
Yeah.
Smile and think better of saying what you're thinking. Whoever the murderer is, they can stand to learn that bloodletting is an art, not a sport.
Move along.
Okay, so that goes upstairs, it looks like.
Actually, hold on. Can we talk? No, we can't. Never mind.
Like, this bucket's a helmet. And it gives -1 initiative.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
I found a greasy key.
One of us wouldn't kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Good find.
What does it open, though? Probably opens this. Yes, it does. What is this? New recipe.
Yoink, yoink.
Pocket knife. Another wine. Cooking pot. Mashed potatoes. I found a poison bottle, too.
Junk.
I'm gonna send you one of these cooking pots.
I got one.
Well, now you have two. I can see your inventory now, too.
Nice.
Okay, so that door's locked. It's a washing.
Keep those bubbles trained on her.
Why did I pick up the washing part? I don't want
Shoot
this.
to kill.
You seem on edge, officer. What on earth is the matter?
We're like cattle to them. Murder most foul.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
One of us wouldn't kill our own.
Hey!
Picking us off one by
It's
one.
other origins.
Can we just skip to the part where I
Cool.
reassure you and you shut up?
Well, well. What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse.
Wow,
All of a sudden,
female
he
lizards
grips you
are
firmly
weird
by
as
the chin,
hell.
with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Humor him. Let's see where this leads.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a
It's supposed to be
squalid
a
little
noble.
ship like this.
Well, he's called the Red Prince.
Well, I guess, yeah, I
Now,
guess that should have
to
been
business.
obvious.
You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook? Music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
I'm gonna use my character response.
Probably not in the way you meant.
Tell him you're handy with the needle, but probably not in the way he imagines.
Yes, well, I'll count that as a no, shall I? On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm
Shit.
after.
Is this how we get party members? Like, out of the gate? Are we gonna pick up...
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, As per your own testimony, you can cook and groom, but you have the fashion sense of a monkey in a clown suit. Still, beggars can't be choosers. So without further ado, I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now, you are my slave.
What do you think? Should I go with my character's custom answer?
It's up to you. They could actually just trigger a fight.
You should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment. We'll go over your duties once we
Wow.
reach Fort Joy. Now shoot.
Oh my god, I don't like that guy already.
I know it.
What about you,
A
Beast?
broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade. He raises an eyebrow as you approach.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates. The groan.
And
You got this wolf on a
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger. It's
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
anticipation. She senses something.
This guy's a little bit
I'd hold on to
insane.
my breeches if I were you, mate. That's
A
all you
dwarf
hear,
sailor.
though.
Doesn't
Listen
quite fit the
close.
typical. Where you
There,
imagine
man,
to
just
find
like that.
dwarves.
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you
The
see,
wheel.
you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east. Burn my beard.
This guy's a ship
That means
otaku.
If we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to
Or-
Fort Joy.
They could have told us we're going to Fort Joy. And
Yeah.
everybody just knows that.
Tell him he shouldn't talk like that about such a magnificent beard.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate. Even here. Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that,
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard.
that'll be all. Thank ye kindly, kiddo.
He continues stroking his beard. A big
I've noticed that it's interesting that what we're given aren't actually what I would call dialogue prompts when we're talking in the conversations. It's just sort of what's going on inside the character's head.
Yeah.
Did you see the body? They ought to let you taste a bit. Maybe you'd find out who done it.
Who's just talking about tasting the body?
Here's the register, man.
Yep.
Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done. You faring okay so far?
Ask him if he actually cares.
Of course I do. Seems Voidwoe can dog your heels like a shadow. That's no way to live, is it? You'll see. We're gonna help you. You head on in now, William.
No, I don't really like where this is going.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hang you
There's
right
other
up his face.
NPCs, I think. Was that? Polly and Sandy weren't origins, right? Aha.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water are all I was given.
Oh.
Those bolts trained on her. And if she tries to run,
I've never dined on
I just found 2 gold that wasn't stealing.
and I don't intend to do away with it.
Well,
Are you talking to
there has
someone?
been a murder,
Fame.
Your Majesty.
Oh.
Maybe that
Wait.
has the Magister's more concern.
Did I miss someone? Oh, there was someone.
There's quite a few people.
When you clearly don't know the
No, I didn't see him because the camera was being blocked by the wall there.
I do not believe I've been drawn anywhere. It is a quaint little read, but it has its faults.
Isn't
It
that
is
the undead?
simultaneously too detailed and
I guess,
insufficient.
yeah, you're right.
I know
Fame's
the
supposed
beginning
to
of
be
this
undead.
tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of your our world's history?
I think he's in disguise.
Most unusual, and if it's not too rude to suggest, not much of an answer. No, I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods. This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came. Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
The elf's face freezes for just a second before he waves his hand dismissively.
Oh, it's just one of my idle curiosities. We mortals do like to consider these things, do we not?
He's landed on pretty
Now,
thick.
please, run along.
I'm very mortal.
No amount of pestering will get the elf to take his eyes off his book. Or
All right. I mean, there are other there's a bunch of kids over there, actually.
Yeah, I don't remember any of them.
Your
There's
kind
the other.
always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Ivan Ben Mezd.
You've got this wolf on a leash.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again.
Move closer, but clench your fists in case things go south.
He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing.
So I feel like we've been caught up in like this giant witch hunt.
Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Yeah,
Same as
have
he
a
was
feeling
at
that, like, it
14
would make
years
a lot
old.
more.
Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants.
I have a feeling it would make maybe a bit more sense if we'd seen like the first game, because like Source touched people like.
Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties.
Existed,
No.
but like they
The
wouldn't
dead
sound
man.
like they were
Finn,
like,
is it?
hunted down in the first
I'd no
game.
business with him.
But maybe
He glances over at Magister Victor.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy. I've heard a lot. Nothing good. Wonder if we'll get to meet the Ringmaster himself. Easy now. I might think the same, but Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he...
What are you conspiring about over there? You, elf.
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet.
Name.
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he
Just gave this guy a false
Ifan
name.
performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Alright, well, I guess it's time to go talk to Magister on, what?
Wait, there's a dog. Don't touch the dog.
Quiet long enough for me to listen.
You! Sorcerer! Blood?
No.
Pet Master is the single greatest talent in both of these games. But we'll talk to the Magister next time here on Lazy Gamers. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll see you again next time. Have a good one.